What's up, Biscuit Boy?
Hey,
Just got in there right under the music. I mean, right under the music. I was like, okay, we're ready. Of course, you can come in anytime, but that was like perfect timing. Like right there at the. I mean, the music was ending up, and you were coming in. Good morning, happy Friday.
happy Friday.
Cornbread Man and Biscuit Boy morning show this morning. Glad to have you. If Dusty wakes up and he wants to, I've got a link ready for him. So if he happens to be watching, you're welcome to come up. But he's probably sleeping, so got to get his beauty sleep.
I know I was.
I woke up. I slept pretty good. I slept pretty good last night, but I woke up a couple of times. But I have, I know when I'm sleeping well. For me, it's when I'm dreaming really well. You get in that REM sleep,
Right.
and I don't get there every night. I mean, I do dream, but sometimes you get in those dreams, and they're like the most vivid dream you could ever have. It's almost like it's real. And you wake up, and it's the better rest. But I'm almost feel like when I first wake up, I don't know where I'm at. It's like,
Right.
what's going on?
I don't hardly dream anymore.
Really? Well, you
Yeah,
have a hard time sleeping.
I do have a rough time sleeping. I slept like a baby last night. Woke up about every 30 minutes crying.
You might maybe spit my coffee out. It's like,
Oh.
oh my goodness.
No, I don't do mornings very well anymore. I used to be an extreme morning person. Used to make people mad. I'd wake up just smiling and happy, and now I wake up and tell people to get out of my way or whatever and go back to bed.
Well, it's good to be here on your Friday. We have a weekend of programming tonight. I'm not sold exactly. I think I'm gonna do a history show tonight, and maybe one other one. Originally had scheduled an interview, and the gentleman can't make it due to his wife's really bad health right now, which I can understand.
Yeah.
And so he just can't move right now because of that. I understand. And she's in the hospital, and so he can't really do remote either right now. So it kind of opened up. So we'll figure it out tonight. There'll be something on the Friday. Saturday morning, it's Cornbread Man and Biscuit Boy again. Probably a couple of shows because no interviews this weekend because Dean is working. And then Sunday we're going to do the cat show. The Sunday morning in the Word that'll all come into play. So looking forward to that, and then back into the week, your week, which I know Sunday starts that, but Mondays are just around the corner always. But
Yeah,
anyway,
always.
let's get started with it's always we've got to start with the Word of God.
Amen.
And let me put that on screen so everybody can see that. This is a good one. They're all good, but I like this one. I like the pictures with them. I just like the pictures with them. 1 John 4:15, whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwelleth in him, and he in God.
Amen.
Amen to that. I was reading this thing early this morning, but it was after I woke up. I just hadn't got ready for the show. And, I think that Nikola Tesla was an extremely brilliant man.
Oh,
I mean,
he was gifted by God.
He did, but he had this belief that this I don't know, somebody had posted. I don't know if it was belief or not. I've never read this part of it. I'm sure it probably was, but I don't remember him saying it. But that the 432nd megahertz or hertz is the God frequency, that everything has these frequencies and whatever else. And
Yep.
I was sitting there thinking about it. You know how the magnetic part of the universe and the sound waves and the vibrations and all that stuff. But I was sitting here thinking about all that. This guy's talking about, this God, basically the God channel almost.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I was like, listen, I find all that interesting, but I was thinking, I've already got the hertz on that. It's not a number. It's just simply Jesus. It's
Amen.
not, I don't know what the 432nd hertz is or whatever, but I do know Jesus.
It's a vibration.
Yeah.
And we all have a vibration. We give
Yeah.
off vibrations. I mean, that's something that God created that just kind of intertwines everything together. It's vibration, and I think the spoken word, the reason why it is so powerful is because of the vibration.
Well, it certainly vibrated me.
God behind it,
Yeah.
but, yeah, the vibration of it, it resonates, with the eardrum, and I don't know. God. I don't see how anybody can look at the human body, much less, any other, living creature, and say that God didn't design it, that there was not
Amen.
a creator.
Yeah.
You have
It's
to be
just,
completely blind.
well, they want to be. They
Yeah,
want to be.
I do.
And, the more I always say the deeper we get into understanding research, the deeper we get into, because the more you kind of peel that onion back, it's just, to me, it just reveals more God. I
Yeah.
mean, no matter what it is, if it's an atom or whatever it is, I mean, they continue to, just get more understanding, and the more understanding they get, to me, just shows God more. I mean, it's
Yep.
his
Have you ever
handiwork.
heard have you ever heard of a substance called laminin?
Yes.
A lot of people haven't. And laminin is the substance that holds everything together. I mean, it's down to the smallest microscopic thing, it's laminin, and it's in the form of a cross.
Yes.
And the
I've seen
funny
that.
thing is, well, it's not funny, but the amazing thing is, as far out as we can see in the universe with, the telescopes that we have, the furthest that we've ever seen, guess what image came back? The shape of a cross.
Yeah.
And it looks just like laminin. So, as small as you can get and as far as you can get, Jesus is there.
Yeah.
He's there.
And he's everywhere. I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, we think of heaven being up, obviously,
Yeah,
but God is everywhere. He's in everything.
he is.
Our national day today. Uh, do you like straws? Do you use straws, Biscuit Boy?
No,
It's National Skip the Straw Day.
I don't have a problem with that.
It was founded actually just a few years ago by the Coral Keepers students at Whitehall Middle School in Whitehall, Minnesota, and their advisor, Susan Tate. I don't know. They came up with this idea of it's the fourth Friday in February, skip the straw days. I used to not like straws. I don't know why. I think it's because I like to chew on the ice, but I would never use a straw. I have more recently. I have if I'm driving or something, especially if I have some sort of a drink there. It's just easier
Right.
with a straw.
But
But
if it's paper straw, I'm not using it.
no, yeah, exactly. Amen to that. So I was like, my family used to crack me up because it was I'd get these funny looks because somebody would like bring get drinks or something. They'd have all these straws and everybody would say, "Oh, Dad," my kids would say, "Dad, don't use a straw," or Lynn would say, "David, don't use a straw," and they'd look at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I just don't care for them. I don't know why. Just
That's something.
oddball.
Going back to when I was a partaker of the alcoholic beverage, I never understood a dude walking around with a drinking out of a straw. I mean, would you see Dean Martin doing something like
No.
that? You know what I mean? Did
No.
Dean ever use a straw? So,
Mr. Cool, Dean Martin.
yeah.
So it's that day. It is also, and I never was a fan of this, Pokemon Day.
I don't even know what a Pokemon is.
Well,
That's crazy.
I guess it's still a thing, but they would trade the Pokemon cards, and you had to get the one that was more powerful than others. Pokemon, but people made a lot of money trading of cards.
Do this. There's one on your shoulder right there. Dude, get away from me.
Well, yeah, the game. I always say when I used to do security on patrol, and I had to patrol a cemetery 5 times a day. The first trip would be in the daylight, and the rest of them would all be in the dark. My last trip in was about 5 a.m.
Right.
But I have seen so many people riding through a cemetery, and that's what they were doing. They were looking for a spawn of Pokemon. And the one that I not, it doesn't matter to me. One guy said him and his wife, that was their little thing to do. They would go out at night and they would go around and they would find the Pokemons all over town. Okay, I guess you're spending time with your wife. It's all cool. But the one that made me mad, I mean, I had to watch my mouth, was this lady asked me to open them, one of the mausoleums. They had, some of them people have a key. I didn't have a key to them. I had a key to the biggest one, but I didn't have a key to the smaller ones. And, they have glass doors. You can unlock the door, go in. They have, put flowers there. There's a little thing you can put the flowers in or whatever. But she wanted me to unlock it. And I said, we lost Biscuit Boy. We lost our boy. He'll be back. So anyway, I was going in, I was standing there and I said, well, I don't have a key to it. I was thinking, if you are someone who has, a loved one there, you can get the key from the. He's back. All right.
That was weird.
It happens. They said, "Can you open the door?" I said, "No." And I was thinking, well, you can get the key from the office. But I asked him. I said, "Why do you want it open?" Because I was thinking, because I'm thinking you don't have anybody buried in there. Like, what weird thing is going on here?
Right.
And she said, well, there's a spawn in there of Pokemon and I want it.
Really?
I was thinking in my mind, hell would freeze over before I'd ever give you a key to that door. I thought, are you so insensitive? Can you imagine someone's loved one in there and they're just, they're spending that moment of quiet reflection or whatever. And some idiot walks in playing Pokemon and going, excuse me, ma'am, could you move over? I've got to get that spawn that's where you're sitting at. Yeah, it wouldn't go good for some people. I'm going to.
Yeah, excuse me, ma'am. The Pokemon spawn is on your loved one here. I need to get that. Please excuse me. Wow.
And I was thinking they have the power to make these things spawn anywhere. Why would I get the tie-in cemeteries? But honestly, you're not even supposed to be in a cemetery at night.
It's true.
That's off limits. And I was like, but they would just ride around. I met a family one night. It was a mom. It was the dad was military, so he was gone, and that's what the wife and kids did at night, especially on weekends. They would go out. I mean, it was like 5 people in the big Suburban, and they would ride around
looking for Pokemon
all night long. Man, it was like a ritual or something.
They're
not getting in trouble.
With people in the
but
cemetery?
Still, it could be dangerous.
Did you ever mess with people in the cemetery?
No, it was weird enough for me not to be messed with because, dude, I ran into so much crapola. Now, I scared some people in there because they didn't know I was there because my job was to make them leave. I mean, there was nobody supposed to be in the cemetery. So I ran up on people that were sleeping in the very back of the cemetery. I ran up on people playing guitar at some, the graves. Good morning, Daryl. How you doing, buddy? I ran into so many people doing weird things in the cemetery. I ran into a couple. Now it was later in the evening. It wasn't quite dark yet. Yeah. But they've got the whole blanket laid out. They've got wine. They've got the glasses. They've got all this stuff. And I was like, letting them. In the cemetery, sitting at a grave. And I asked them if, because it was almost dark. Like it wasn't quite. I wasn't going to press it. But I was like, hey, how you folks doing? And I really just want to let them know, hey, weird things go on here. And we do close, at dark. But I was asking them, hey, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
And they said, this is date night.
Date night. Is your name Vlad?
And I was trying not to be insensitive, and I'm like, oh, date night. And they said, well, this is, I don't know, because they said the person, I think they may have knew them when they were living. And so we like to share the experience with whomever it was. Right. And so, they were dressed, they looked like they were dressed to go to the ballroom, dude. I mean, like tux and the whole deal. And I'm like, that's interesting.
I'm not wearing my tux to a cemetery. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. But you know something I've always wanted to do at a cemetery? Walk through and wait for somebody to speak to you. And when they speak to you, turn around and look and go, "You can see me?"
A friend of mine patrolling the same cemetery, he tripped over a guy. He didn't see him in the dark. He was about 70, so I mean his eyesight was probably not the best. But it was dark, and he was just walking through, and he tripped over this guy, and he thought he tripped over a body, dude. It messed with him bad, like. And the guy, he goes, and the guy moves, which really freaked him out. So he's like, "What are you doing?" You know, he goes, "Well, I'm here with my girlfriend." Well, he looks around, there ain't no girlfriend. He goes, "Dude, there ain't nobody here." And he goes, "Well, she's on over the hill," you know, because it was like, rolling hills, and he's like, "Well, y'all get out of here." Now, the saddest thing I would say is,
wow,
that moms would come out. It's usually moms, and they would be grieving over a child who was killed in a car wreck or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would spend time with them, but what bothered me about it was they were in there alone, and you never know what's going to roll up in a cemetery. I mean, you could be robbed or whatever.
Weirdos.
Yeah, well, I rolled up on a guy. The guy told me he was paying respects. He was in a big old 4-wheeler, but he had the Jason mask on the seat beside him, like strapped over the seat. And dude, this is like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
No good.
And he's got the Jason mask.
That is hilarious.
I was always not the one guy I got smart with. Is I rolled up in the cemetery, and again he's rolling through there, and so I pull up and I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Minding my own business," like that. I said, "Good, I can appreciate that. Cool beans, man." I said, "But how about minding your own business outside the cemetery?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "You can't tell me what to do." I said, "I most certainly can.
And
I can tell you. And if you don't move," I said, the police would use that cemetery as a staging area a lot because they had a lot of parking. And it was kind of a launching point to go off. So there was always police officers up there. And I said, and that particular morning, there was about 5 of them sitting up on the hill. And I said, "You can either move it or I'm going to go get the cavalry up here and they're going to make you move." I said, "Get out of the cemetery, dude." Because he got mad. But he left. But wow. Man, just weird stuff, man. I used to get that a lot, man. I swear I get that a lot. It's also National Retro Day.
As a matter of fact, it's National Coffee Day for Biscuit Boy. I'll be right back.
Okay. I can dig it. It's National Polar Bear Day. I kind of like the Polar Bear Day. That would be cool. I could get into that. And hey to everybody joining in on Instagram. Bless your hearts, and I see the thing there. Thank you for posting that. I'm trying to make sure nobody else slipped it on me. Sometimes my screens are covered up, so I don't see. Hello there. How you doing? The good word, Rebel Wolf. Oh yeah, I like the name. I like that. That's cool. 87. Is that the year of birth? Because I love. It's almost the year of my son's birth. What other national? So we got National Polar Bear Day. We have National Strawberry Day. Strawberry Day. I could dig that. Strawberries. I like strawberries. That's all good. And Kahlua Day. So there's your national days. Here's another one. I almost forgot one. Let's see here. I'll wait for Biscuit Boy to get back on that one. He might want to respond to that. We'll see. We hope you have a great Friday. The weather is going to be absolutely beautiful these next days. We may be rolling right into spring with in my area with no more cold weather. I'm hopeful. I think there's a very real possibility. This weekend, the NASCAR will be at the Texas road course. Not a big fan of the road courses, but we'll have that. Spring baseball's in there. You can almost smell the cut grass, the fresh cut grass, as baseball's starting to get in swing. Spring training is going on, and it's not going to be long till we hear every day, the crack of the bat. Hey, and I was Daryl, if you're still out there, I was looking up the Braves Vision. The Braves Vision, they're gonna. It's I don't know. I don't know if you can pay by the year or not, but it looks like it's going to be about $20 a month. Is what they're saying. It's estimated. They didn't know exactly because they haven't really actually put the link out there yet, but it's gonna. That's what they're saying it's going to be. $20 a month. So there you go. So they get you. It's a little pricey, but it gets you. You pay them by the month. I guess people don't think about it. I mean, you think about it for a year's time. As an add-in, because that's what it is. It's an add-in to other thing that you're paying for already. And the article I read was talking about. It said this article I read out there was in talking about it. One of the people that did this article was saying the same things I did. That people there's a burnout with people. They're getting frustrated with having to pay for all these different cables and whatever it is, and to get pay this one just to get this one channel. It was saying the same thing, that Americans are about burnt out on all this. But Braves Vision estimated to be $20 a month. That's what they're saying. I think at that price, people will pay for it. They'll even if they got to cancel something else, they'll pay. Braves fans will probably pay for that. I think they'll make money. And they were saying some of the things that's going to be on it, the typical stuff, but they did say in the article the blackouts are supposed to be lifted. So, like if you are on Braves Vision, the blackout's lifted for you. You will get that. I think at that point it's probably going to do really well in my area. I would think that it would. I can say that my wife would want us to get it. I can say that. One more National Day, Biscuit Boy, Anosema Day, Awareness Day. The anosema, how you say it? Anosema. It's a condition causing loss of smell. It brings a condition of that. Of all our, the smell is one of the most, greatest senses that we have.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. Sometimes people just have this happen. They lose the sense of smell.
What happened in COVID?
Yeah. So there was taste was also a part of that. Sometimes people didn't have the sense of taste. So let's talk of birthdays. Today is Johnny Cash's birthday. How about that? The man in black.
God rest him.
Born in 1932. What was your favorite Johnny Cash song?
Probably Burning Ring of Fire. Of his early stuff. Now, Hurt, the remake that he did, I believe, wasn't that an Alice in Chains song? Hurt.
I think it was the last thing he ever did was that remake of some of those songs.
Yep.
I don't know if I actually heard that one.
Hurt was a really touching song.
Folsom Prison Blues, I think that was one of my favorites. I told you, I don't know I think I told you, Paul, that I had to play one time in high school. I had to play at a senior home, someone called old folks home or nursing home. Right. Our chorus went there. Daryl says Big River. Yeah. But they made me sing a Johnny Cash song.
Really?
With a guitar with no strings. I was so shy and embarrassed, but I did it. They said everybody loved it. They just thought it was great. I was like, oh,
right.
The reason I got that one, they said that I had the deepest voice in the class. Because most of the class was made up of girls. My schedule got messed up. I didn't take chorus. They lost my schedule, so they gave me the leftovers. So I had this really crazy 3-month time when I had like home ec, I had chorus, I had some crazy shop class. I don't remember what it was now, but it just got all messed up. But we had to go sing at places, and I was like, oh.
Wow.
There's only like 2 other guys in the class besides me, and their voices was real high. And I had the deepest voice, so I did the Johnny Cash song. Well, I Walked the Line. That was also a big one that I really liked. Who else birthday is it today? I saw a couple of more that I really wanted to mention.
It's very unusual for me not to have the deepest voice in the room.
Yeah. You do have a deep voice, yeah.
It's been that way since I was a child, too.
Today is Michael Bolton's birthday. He's 72 years old.
Wow.
Michael Bolton. It is also, I've seen one more, Bill Duke, an actor. He's been in a lot of stuff. You saw the face, you would recognize him. It is also the great Marshall Falk. He's 52 years old today. I used to like to watch him run that football.
You know, a lot of people don't realize this, but he's actually one of my business partners.
Really?
Sure is.
Marshall's a nice guy.
Marshall is, he's got a booming financial business.
Yeah, good.
Sure does. And
Good morning,
brought in
Broski.
a lot of professional athletes.
Yeah, he was electrifying to watch as a football player, but it's his birthday today, folks. And happy birthday to all them. If it is your birthday out there, happy birthday to you, and enjoy your day. I mean, you got another one. Somebody stopped me yesterday at work, and they was asking me if I remembered somebody, because I do some tours at our plant. Some, not all of them, but I do. I've become kind of a tour guy. And he said, I think you've probably met these folks from, they're from another state. And I said, I do remember them. And they were telling me they passed away. They were 40 years old and just found them, they died in their sleep. So, like the next morning, they just didn't get up.
Wow.
And so 40 years old. But my understanding was this person had some underlying health problems that nobody knew about, maybe only a small group of people. That's sad, tragic. And the older you get, the more you lose people, and you think, wow, they're young. And then you realize, well, I am getting older. And the older you get, the more you think that someone is young. But somebody would look at us and say, man, you're old.
I've been called that a couple of times. Had a kid say something the other day. It's about 40 being old.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, really? You want to arm wrestle?
My granddaughter says when I listen to any music that's, the 80s, 70s, 80s,
That's ancient.
she calls it my old man music.
Old man music.
She'll tell the other kids, always listening to his old man music. I try to expose them to different things, Hey, fellow patriots, how you doing there on Instagram? How you doing? God bless you. Yes, God bless the Republic. May all evil people be revealed and dealt with accordingly. We must root out the evil of our country.
I look like I'm headed out to the cemetery right now, don't I?
Yeah, you have that look like you're coming to us live from every area of a cemetery has a name. It's the garden of whatever, or the they have different places. So I will tell you though, and going back to that, I don't know why I used to have to go into the main mausoleum, and that one always freaked me out. It's where they put the ashes.
Yep.
The urns. I didn't like going in there. I did not. I had to go in and check everything out and then come back out.
That would be, I've never been in after hours, but it freaked me out just to go in and do a service.
Yeah. I always heard strange noise when I did that building, always. And it was a cube shaped building. And I always just felt like around the next corner, there was somebody standing there, it was freaky, man. I would try to get it checked as early as possible, but it was always near midnight when I would be there, and I'd be like, oh, I just like get this over with. I only had to do it once a night, and I would hurry up. And sometimes I found it open. Somebody left it open, they took the key back, but they didn't lock it up. That really freaked me out, because then you're thinking, man, anybody could have rolled up in here to get warm or cool or whatever, or be, there were a couple of hiding places you could be in there. Not much, but there was a little bit. And I was like, I don't want to go in here. Who wants to go in a place like that?
Yeah, cemetery would not be my place of choice. I'll put it that way.
No.
I mean, I'm not worried about anything, jumping out, unless it's a person there, and that might not be so good on their part. But
the guy that I found playing guitar that night, I said, you playing music out here? He goes, oh, yeah. He said, yeah, son. He was hiring a cop, man. He was stoned out of his mind. I was over here playing for my buddy, man. He died in a car wreck about 10 months ago. And I come out here and sing to him. I said, "You can't come out here and sing in the daytime." And he said,
Yeah.
"Well, he said I could, Hoss, but excuse me." He said, "People look at me kind of funny in the daytime that I'm singing to a grave at a grave." I said, "Well, what do you think they think about you at 2 a.m.?"
Yeah, no joke. There ain't quite as many out here, but wow.
I did tell him though. I said, "Well, there's one thing about it. Nobody complains about how you play. I mean,
Yeah. I think
the
McKee's firing the ovens
freakiest
up.
night was I found 3 cars, windows down, and I was assuming it was a drug deal, but I
Yeah.
couldn't find the people. I never found them. They
Really?
must have took off in somebody else's car or something,
Just
and
left
they
their
left the
vehicles
other
there.
cars there. But I mean, they left all their possessions. I walked the whole cemetery. I could not find them. I could not.
I
And
think
I will say, do what?
McKee's firing their ovens up right now.
Oh yeah.
Smells like it.
Well, it's I didn't figure they ever shut them down.
They do.
Well, I guess they, if they do they not run them all night, or they just run them through the day,
Well,
or
there's just certain times in the morning when I can smell them.
they
It
may
just wafts up on the
maybe-
ridge. If I don't know if you can see this, Dave. Can you see all those lights out there?
I do.
That's McKee Bakery
Okay.
off in the distance there.
For your little Debbie's,
Yes.
what is your
Wonderful.
favorite little Debbie?
And they are sold all over the world.
They are sold all over the world.
Yeah.
I like those. What are they called? Nutter butter, not nutter butter. That's the cookies, but what are those called? The little wafer
Nutty
chocolate wafer-
bars.
nutty bars.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite.
I think my favorite would have to be the honey buns.
The honey buns are good.
I could sit down and eat a whole box of those things.
I did like the. God bless you too, bro. God bless. We're doing good, and God bless you. I did do the. My mom always liked the oatmeal.
Right.
Way back in the day, I like the brownie too. But way back in the day, they sold a peanut butter brownie that I liked, and they quit doing that one. I thought it was great, but that's been a long time ago.
Hey, can you see that hole in the ceiling right there?
I
behind
can.
me? You know what that is?
I have no idea. A hole. It's a hole.
It's a hole. But that is, I had to cut a hole after I redid, or actually, it was not redone, it was done downstairs. My faucet went out on the side of the house, and you have to go through the ceiling right there. I had to cut a hole to get to the faucet to fix it on the outside of the house.
Oh wow.
So I thought, well, what if it tears up again? So
Oh man, Daryl, the worst experience I had at a cemetery was when I did a funeral on Sand Mountain and they dropped the casket. Till this day, I've never been able to get that out of my mind. The family was devastated. That's horrible, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's too many protocols in place for that to happen. I don't see how.
Well, I want to tell you now, my grandmother's funeral, I was a pallbearer, and it was storming, and we had to go uphill from, uphill from the hearse to the spot. And water is just, it's pouring down rain, dude. It hit us. I was kicking, I was putting my heels, setting my heels in, and we all were, to keep from slipping. It was the most challenging thing, and that's what we were all saying to each other. Don't drop the casket. If you got to, go down to one knee, but don't drop the casket, because we had this fear like we were going to just fall and the thing's going to take off. It was horrible.
Yeah,
but I did.
When you got to synchronize your movements.
Do what?
You have to synchronize your
Yeah,
movement.
you do. Yeah. But it was so slippery, man, because you got dress shoes on, man.
Yeah.
And you're going uphill in a muddy soup, So we didn't have the pleasure of having on, something to climb in. But I did almost see the casket go off the little thing, day, whatever they put that on the wheels. Somebody hit it really hard and almost knocked it off the backside one time at a cemetery. At a funeral home. And can you imagine that? My gosh. I hate that for you, Daryl. That's tough, man.
Wow.
That's tough. You just want everything going as well as you can during something like that. And that's horrible when things like that happen, man.
Have you ever heard of a
Ernest says that honey buns are heavenly.
Oh yeah.
Honey buns are heavenly. Though the name
Well,
is kind of double entendre. Honey bun. I do wonder where they got the. It's a
right.
bun, I get it, but honey bun, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's one of those honey buns.
Maybe they use honey instead of sugar. I doubt it, but
Do you heat your honey buns up or do you just eat them cold?
oh, with tons of butter.
Tons of butter. I've never done that.
My honey buns swim. It's actually floating, in butter.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's the best way I found to eat them.
You just don't tell your doctor, right? Like
Cholesterol, high cholesterol is a myth, in my opinion. It's kind of like blaming a fireman for the fire. I mean, it really is.
do you like see, are you a butter or margarine or what from the commercial?
Oh, butter. Butter.
Those commercials stick in your mind.
Well, margarine has plastic in it.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't want that.
not a good thing.
No, not a good thing. Have you ever churned or watched somebody churn butter?
I have. My grandmother used to do it all the time.
Brisky said again, Paul figured it out.
What did I figure out? I'm still asleep, broski. Come on, man.
This is early for Paul. Yeah, I do need to give him a hand. He made it. We've been talking about this for a bit. Yeah, and I'm proud of him. He's talking about coming up on more shows. I hope he does. So,
and I promise I won't disconnect the entire show this time. I think the last time I was on, I shut it down for everybody.
Daryl said the pallbearers were too young to be put in that situation. They didn't make compensation for the grandkids carrying it. Yeah. Sometimes butter on honey buns. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you got to think about who's. There's always, I don't know. I've done this several times, and wake up, son.
Yeah.
But several times I've done this. A couple of times, it seems like there's always that one cousin, and nobody's going to know who I'm saying because I'm thinking of many families that there's always that one cousin that gets on the duty because they want to be. It's like about them. It's all about them.
Right.
And idiot, dude. But they put that part, and you have to almost like tell them to behave themselves. You know what I mean?
I do. I don't know if I've ever been that cousin. I don't think I have, because I normally don't want to be a pallbearer. Well, I have been on many occasions.
It's always those. It's just always those nuts. I don't know. They got to be the center of attention.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever heard of a body sitting up in the coffin, like at when they're
I've heard about it on hospital
home. Do what?
I've heard about it on hospital beds. It's not possible at the funeral home if they do it right.
Well, after they're embalmed, yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, they clip the nerve. They clip too, don't they? Clip nerves or something.
I've never been there. I couldn't tell you.
I think in talking to people, they clip the nerves that would allow that to happen. But yeah, right. After the embalming process and all that. But I have heard about it happening in a hospital setting right after death.
Would that not
in fact, when I was born, my mom told me about this, that there was, remember the old candy strippers? You remember them?
Yeah.
I mean, you got folks, if you're young, there used to be a role that young girls would volunteer. I don't know if they got paid. I think it was volunteer, wasn't it?
Sandy, my oldest sister, used to do that.
Yeah, and they helped with all kind of various duties. Well, it was a weird thing at the hospital I was born at, but they had the baby the babies on one end of the hall and down at the other end. Yeah, they had regular rooms. Well, they had somebody who went into arrest or something, and they had to work on them. So they went in and they didn't make it. So they come out. Well, they sent in the candy stripper to clean up all the mess before they move the body, mopping, picking up stuff, things they threw on the floor and all that.
Yeah.
Well, she's mopping. The body's still there on the bed. They had it covered up. But what happened is what my mom said they told her. Well, my mom heard the scream. She said they told her the body set up and the girl was mopping the bodies to her back. The sheet slid down and his eyes were open. And she turned as she was
Wow.
mopping and was kind of face to face with the body and screamed a scream. My mom said she could never get that scream out of her mind. And she said the candy stropper ran out of the hospital. That's what they told her. Ran out of the hospital and never returned. Just like quit on the spot. It would be kind of creepy. I got to admit, it would be creepy.
I think the worst scream I've ever heard was a man burning alive. I couldn't get to him. Yeah, it was a terrible wreck on a back road in Mississippi. We just happened to be there. An elderly couple pulled out in front of a semi, and he was carrying pulpwood, and he swerved and missed. Anyway, he ended up hitting a tree, and it caught on fire. He was trapped. Three of us ran over I burnt my hands trying to get the doors open, but couldn't get to him. And I never will forget the smell and the sound. That was terrible.
Where'd you go to school at? Daryl says you look familiar.
Well, which grade? I went several.
Hey, thank you, Homo sapien 193. Thanks for stopping by from Russia, you say. God bless you. But so where'd you go to school at?
Well, I graduated from French Camp Academy in Mississippi, but here locally, let's see, I went to Chickamauga Elementary School. Then after my parents divorced, went to Hickson. Then I went to Ooltewah, went to Red Bank.
You kind of moved around.
Yeah, I moved around quite a bit. And then I went back to Gordon Lee for a short while until I was a mean kid, I'll put it that way. I got kicked out of a lot of schools.
It's not funny, but I'm thinking I could just see like your parents come to get you. Okay, that's another school. We got to move again, you know.
Yeah. My poor mom, bless her. I got kicked out of the state of Indiana.
Really? Dude, you gotta be bad. To get kicked out of Indiana, man. That to me would seem like a little harder than getting kicked out of California, unless you said something conservative in California. They're not kicking you out, you know. They let everything go.
Well, I drove a car through the front door of the high school. And that'll get you kicked out every time.
Well, we have someone from Russia here. They say on Twitch, they say they don't really understand English. They're using a translator, I guess, a little bit. But
okay, welcome
here though from Russia. We have had friends. There's a security guard in Russia that checks in a lot with me on Podbean. He's usually drinking and very angry at what's going on with his country, and he says it in no uncertain terms how angry he is. Well, Daryl was an old Lakeview boy, you know. Daryl, you probably seen him. He was probably running through trying to date some girls in the area or something.
You never know.
Oh. Did you play sports in school?
I did.
Your name is Sir. Boy, I don't know. I will butcher that if I try to say it. Sir
Yoja.
Okay. God bless you.
Gesundheit.
I just went to the one school system. I didn't change.
Yeah,
He's our age. Yes. Shout out Russia. Me and him are almost the same age. So I guess Daryl, you're probably pretty close.
I'm just a little older than you. Not much.
You just turned 61, right? Yeah. Yep. I'll be 61 in May. That's hard to believe I could say that. I'll be 61 in May.
I don't feel 61.
I don't either. I don't feel. I don't act it either.
No.
How are you supposed to act at 61? I don't know.
Well,
Daryl's 62. I didn't know that.
Not like my grandparents, I guess. You know, what school did you go to, Daryl?
I believe he was Lakeview.
LFO.
Yeah. Yeah. Legendary. He's legendary. He's one of the legends of LFO, man.
Okay.
Daryl was strapping young man.
We probably did play some sports against one another.
Ernest says he's turning 50. That's the golden years, right? You get over 50, it's the golden years.
That's what they say.
But hey, the Ascending Group can help you make it golden, getting your finances straightened out.
You got that right.
Contact Paul. He can help get you in touch with the right situation to make sure that your financial situation, that you're not relying on
There's a handful of the trophies that have been given to us from the Ascending Group, for the Ascending Group. Many milestones there.
Well, you know what? Even if I was sick, I think I could eat some lasagna. But I hope you get feeling better.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
You know, depending upon your sickness, lasagna might not be the best course.
Ernest says yesterday he climbed into the orange tree at my aunt's house to pick fruit, and now his legs are sore. Dude, you can climb a tree? Because I don't think I can.
Say that again. Who did what?
He climbed the orange tree at his aunt's house to pick fruit, and now his legs are sore. So okay. I'm not a young man anymore.
No.
Uh-oh, I didn't know this. Dun-dun-dun-dun, drum roll. Daryl says yes until the 9th grade. I was kicked out for striking the high school principal. Wow, I didn't know that. Was that
I was kicked out of Gordon Lee for the same thing. But it wasn't on school grounds.
It was. What made you strike the principal? What happened?
He swung at me first. It was in that parking lot right there where the old McDonald's used to be. You know,
in Fordo?
Yeah, parking lot right beside. There was a bunch of us out there drinking beer. And I'm not going to name names or anything, but this guy thought that he was cool. He drove up. Anyway, he drove one of those Lincoln, Mark 5s, Yeah. I got kicked out of Hickson for the same thing, hitting the coach.
Ernest says, Daryl is my hero. I wish I had the courage to do that to my high school principal. He was a twit. Oh, man, Daryl says he was stoned and he grabbed me. I told you his legend.
Yep.
I didn't know that, though.
I was fairly inebriated when it happened with me. This guy was supposedly a black belt, and he thought he was, God's gift to the universe. And he found out that not all kids play the same.
Hey, Daryl, do you remember Gary Peace? You remember Gary Peace who went to school with us? He was probably in the same grade with me. Very athletic. He's super strong. Ernest says his principal was very principled and decent, but very strict. But anyway, the vice principal, gave me was going to give me a paddling one day for something. I don't remember what. Oh, I know what it was. There was this guy, and he was holding the door shut on a girl in a pouring down rain. I saw this, so I went and I knocked the guy through the door, let the girl in, then I held the door shut on him. Of course, the vice principal walks by right as I pushed him out and held the door shut. So I get a paddling out of that, which I didn't care. I'd take it every day. Yeah. So while I'm getting this paddling, he tells me that I'm getting this paddling, that's his lowest level. Like I've got 3 levels, and he's trying to act like if he gave me the highest level, I wouldn't be able to handle it. How lucky I was. Anyway, he said, yes, sir. He beat up our baseball coach. Anyway, Gary Peace is walking by, and he goes, and Gary would always call me Jorge. It was his thing. He always had a nickname, and he would mess with me. And he's walking by, and because the vice principal said level 3 paddling was his highest level, and I got level 1. And Gary Peace is walking by at that time, and he goes, "Don't worry about it, Jorge. I've had level 3 many times, and it never hurt me." Dude, the vice principal left me and ran down the hall. Gary takes off and he's chasing him down the hall to go get him, man. He got so mad at him. I just walked back to class. I didn't know whether I was supposed to stay there or not. I just went back to class. I never know what happened with that, but it was the funniest thing ever, man. Dude had a big ego, man. He did not like it that he said that.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Oh, man. You know, if we put all the stories together that we have from school days, it would be hilarious, man, just to know all the little ins and outs of stuff that we knew and stuff that happened that we didn't even know that happened while we were there.
Yeah.
You know, I told you yesterday somebody brought pot to the middle school and gave it out to some kids. I'm anxious today to see what happened. My granddaughter said they searched all the lockers, but I didn't know that they had to ask permission. But they asked my granddaughter if they could search her locker, and she's like, I don't care. You search anytime you want. She said, just don't touch my phone or my earbuds, you know, because they're expensive.
Yeah.
You know, I bought them for Christmas, and she just loves those things. But she keeps them in her locker, but because she likes to have them on the way home. And she said, yeah, don't touch them.
Other than that, have at it. Well, I couldn't believe that, you know, it said that somebody brought it and put it in the other kids' lockers, you know?
Yeah.
But, well.
All his friends were on psychotic drugs. You know what? When I was we called it junior high. We didn't call it middle school.
Yeah.
And I always heard about Quaaludes. That's what I always heard about, Quaaludes.
That's what I was taking when I had that motorcycle wreck.
I heard about pot. I never heard about cocaine at school, except one time in high school. I heard somebody brought some to school. I never saw it, but it was always Quaaludes and pot. That was the two things I always heard about it. And when I was in school,
and mushrooms, Yeah, we used to go.
Yeah, I don't block. I very rarely block. I might time somebody out unless they're really ugly. So I like your humor. You crack me up. But no, I don't block unless I just absolutely have to. I don't. To me, that's all silly. You know, if usually people move on if you ignore them. If they're being mean, you know, I just ignore them. I don't.
Yeah, there's some trolls that come in and just
every once in a while I have to, but I don't like doing it. It's like a little. I'll block you. Then you know what they do? They just make another name and come back, and then you got to deal with a bunch of crap forever. So. Yeah. I found just ignore the idiots and they move on. It
makes them 10 times more mad than blocking them.
Oh yeah, just ignore them.
Because he's not feeding their ego.
Yeah. So what was I'm gonna have to get off here in a few minutes, but what is the worst fight that you ever saw in school, or funniest or worst fight in high school?
That's a good question.
The funniest fight that I ever seen. Just because of what in LFO's gym, which is not there now, they built a new one, but the gym at LFO High School, I saw a guy. I was a freshman. It freaked me out, man. I don't think it was at the junior high. I think it was at the high school. But anyway, it was in the gym, and there's a dude talking crap to a guy at the top, like at the top row, and the dude's like, "Hey, man, don't run your mouth, man. You know, I'll knock you out and all that." Well, this dude, it was like he crowd surfed all the way to the floor. It's like he just took off and he just stepped on people. And as he's rolling down through there, the dude never moved. He was an idiot. This guy came from the top ropes, as they say. He came all the way down there. He punched him as he's flying in, man. Laid the guy out. The guy never moved. It just looked like, I don't know if it stunned him or something. I don't know what it was. Drilled the dude, man. But they rolled around the floor fighting, but it was over once he got hit like that. That was the funniest fight I ever saw, man. Crack me up.
I've seen several of them where, you know, one was scared and the other one was glad of it. You know, they just run their mouths. They're not nobody gonna swing. That's I was not really one for talking.
You're a man of action.
Pretty much. If you saw me coming, it was too late.
Here he comes, just walking down the hall.
Yeah.
The one time we were on the bus, we just got to the high school, and the two biggest guys in school got in a fight, and they were shoving each other against the bus, and it was the bus was like moving. The driver said, "Everybody stay on the bus."
Yeah, hold
The
on.
law showed up. They were really big dudes, man. I'm talking like 6'10" dudes, big, beefy country guy, but they got in a fight, and no teacher
Wow.
wanted to even mess with it. They just called the law. They're like, "I'm not getting in the middle of that." Good morning,
No,
Jake.
it's the law's job.
I bet Jake saw some fights out there in Mississippi when he was in school. In school, it don't take much, does it? It doesn't take much for a fight to break out. One wrong look, one wrong voice inflection or whatever.
Yeah, you could say good morning the wrong way.
Oh man, Daryl's bringing some stuff this morning. He had a friend get killed in a fight at LFO. Wow.
I've never seen anyone killed in a fight at school.
I didn't
I've
either,
seen them
man.
put in the hospital several times. But
was it due to a weapon or just the violence of the fight? I mean, or did they bring out a weapon, a knife or something? I've never heard of that.
yeah, I mean, in today's age, it's not unusual for somebody to, get stabbed or shot or something like that because they don't know how to fight. But back in our day, it was fun.
No, Jake, not raining here.
Yep.
That's horrible, Daryl.
That is.
I must have forgot it. I just don't remember, man. I remember the boy drowning behind the high school. I remember that. I remember there was a guy that got killed playing chicken in Rossville. The two some guy didn't they didn't break and they hit head on, and a boy got killed. I swear I don't remember that. I remember the guy that attacked the teacher with a knife. She didn't die, but she got sliced up pretty good. I had the same class that guy, same class, same teacher that got knifed. I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm not asking you to do that. I just never. I don't remember it. Wow, I'm about to look that up. That's horrible, man. Daryl, you've been around some stuff, man.
Sound like
You've been around some stuff, man. That's horrible. The saddest thing when my granddaughter was, they had a kid that came. She had moved into the district and started going to the elementary school. So she'd only been there a brief time. I don't even know if it was a full year. Right. She got some kind of a brain infection or something. I don't remember what it was and died. And it really hit my granddaughter really hard. And when they graduated, they have a little graduation thing from elementary school. It was done really nice. It was really nice. But it was very moving. They left a chair for that child and they had like teddy bear there, some cards that the kid kind of signed, roses. Well, Kaylee was like, she took that very personal. So right after the graduation, somebody was over there messing with some of the stuff on the chair. And she got really upset and said, "I'm going to go over and say something to him." And I'm like, "Well, we're not going to be ugly, but she went over there and was re-straightening everything up, but she didn't want like them touching it. Daryl said it was an accident. It was where he got hit. Oh man, that's horrible. I hate that.
Well, they hit him in the temple.
Probably, I mean, the brain, you just can't mess with the brain, man. I mean, people don't realize we're
very fragile.
It's amazing it doesn't happen more, man. But
it only takes 7 pounds of force to break your neck.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not hard to break somebody's neck. You have to be very careful.
I mean, you think about all the crazy stuff we did in school, man. It would be easy to break your neck, I think, but it's amazing it doesn't happen more.
Oh,
you
I
think
agree.
of athletic events, people wrestling around, just be goofing around,
Yeah.
Doing gymnastics and stuff and not doing it well. There's a lot of things that can happen, or just a bus crashes, whatever. I mean, that's horrible though. I mean, you think such a waste, a guy or a girl whose life is in front of them and something like that happens and, a family devastated and a person, responsible for that, their life is forever changed as well. That's just horrible, man. That's horrible.
And that's something we don't think about at that age is the consequences to our actions. I know I never did. I never thought about it.
Yeah. Well, I've always said that it's by the grace of God that I'm still here.
Oh, I know it is. I didn't think I'd live to see 30, much less 61. If I'd have known I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself. You know,
I've heard that before. Like, I should have done better, a better job.
You know, for the majority of my life, I was not just an adrenaline junkie, but an alcoholic. And those two together, you don't make good choices.
No, you don't.
know?
You don't.
But praise Jesus, I don't have to worry about none of that anymore.
He said, me and Gary Clark about got killed on the street I live on by a girl I was seeing. Her stepdad walked in on us. Uh-oh. I remember Gary Clark very well. Very well. Uh-oh. Not good. Not good.
Yeah, that's never good when Dad walks in.
Yeah, you can throw it in the chat. Let's see. Homo sapien. We do gotta get off here in a second. Biscuit Boy, I'm glad you joined this morning.
Ditto.
I hope you can do it more.
I'm planning on it. I've already spoken with my very significant other.
Very significant other.
Told her what my plans were, and she said, well, you know, normally when you get up that early, you go back to bed and sleep till 2. Well, you know.
That's part of the plan.
Yeah. You got to break it up into manageable sections, right?
I hear you.
No, this is I need to get back in the habit. For years I was up every morning 4:30.
Yeah, I don't know if the translation is working or not, but Kuzbass is the state you're the area you're in Russia. Yeah, maybe I can hang out. Yeah, man. Hey, Daryl, you're always welcome. You just let me know.
Yeah, come on in.
We'll send you a link, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we do shows. Well, I do shows every day, and then a lot of days Paul's with me or Dean, or you need to come up on the Dirt Report, man. I'm going to do a local dirt track legends show, and I'm going to try to get. I need help getting in touch with some of them that used to race at Boyd's in Cleveland. I want to do a local show, and yeah, Ernest, thank you. Much respect to you too, man. Have a great day. But I need your help, man.
Maybe you can get some of the LaCroix boys.
I want you guys just help me think of some of the people to reach out to. And once we start it rolling, I just like to have a show. And it's at my home. The studio is behind the house. You just come on back. I got to get a sign up that says Cornbread Nation Studios in the back or something.
There you go.
That's what we call the studios, Cornbread Nation Studios. So, or you could call it Wolf Nation Studios. Either way, that's fine.
Either way.
But yeah, it's behind the house, man. I need to move the basketball goal and lay some more gravel out and extend the driveway, but we'll get there. But yeah, I do got to get off here though. I got to get busy for the day. We'll be back on this evening, or I will. Me and Paul will be back together in the morning for sure.
Yep.
Cornbread and Biscuit Boy morning show, and then we'll do something else and have some fun. But yeah, it's a work in progress studio, but it is coming along. The left would be if you're going up or down the street. If you're coming from 27, I'm on the right. 7 houses.
Right.
My red truck is in the driveway. 309 is the 309. White car, white Jeep, red truck, muddy yard because it always stays wet from the rain. If you're going up, it'd be on the left. Two past the church.
Yep.
Either 2 before or 2 after the church, depending on which direction you're going. But you just man, anytime. You should really join. And I try to keep it right. Our scheduler called Band. If you'll send me a email or something, I'll send that to you. It won't give you notifications. I never make it notify. I can pick out people if I want to notify them, but you'll see our schedule. And I try to keep that today. Sometimes I flip a show. I think we did that last night, but we were still here and still in studio. But it'll let you know when I'm going to be on. And all you got to do is just come on, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing the sound stage last night for the first time.
That was a lot of fun, man.
It was.
our memories of music. I do that once a week. It's a fun show. Um, Paul has a lot of musical knowledge, and that's always fun to go back and reminisce a little bit about it.
Yeah.
We had fun with that last night. The great Charlie Daniels Band, and Olivia Newton-John and Ace Frehley, Frehley's Comet.
Hey, I want to tell you what, that album that you've got, Ace Frehley, that thing is a collector's item.
Could be, maybe. I don't know. I never opened it. It'll stay unopened. I need to have like
might be the best quarter investment you ever made.
The best quarter investment. That's right. That's amazing that I got that first. I didn't even remember that till I saw that.
Yeah.
That's one of those where I'm flipping through an album bin and I went, hey, Ace Frehley, quarter, I'm in, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you couldn't get that from McKay's nowadays for a quarter.
No.
I mean, nowadays values went back into albums. Of course, you got the Blu-rays and orange rays and all that stuff now. Red. I mean, they put them in all the colors. Right. And you got all this, collector stuff. And I used to get into that, so I have to be careful. but I do enjoy. Now, next week, one of the albums will be a country album. I will tell you that. I'm not going to tell you who yet. This will be from my wife's collection in the vault. It was her dad's. We have his collection, or some of it, not all of it. I wish we had all of it, but it is in the vault, and I'm going to include her, and it'll be one of his. He was classic country. I'll say that. So very well known.
Find some albums as well. My problem is I don't know where they are.
Yeah, if you could find some, that would be great. That would be awesome to bring.
I'm sure I can go into Unc's vault. My uncle has an amazing vault of albums.
Yeah, it's fun to look at them, man. There's a lot of history to that.
It's great listening to the vinyl, man. I mean,
it's the best sound.
Yeah,
it's the best sound.
There's just something about it.
I listen to so much of ZZ Top, AC/DC, Rod Stewart. I do have a Rod Stewart album I'm going to show you, and I'm interested to remember how the condition is on it because we played it so much. I have a lot of stories about that album. I may include that one next time, even though I don't usually tell. I may include. I'll go ahead and pull the Rod Stewart, a country album, and one rock album the next time that we're on. I've got a lot of stories about that album, man. Includes my best friend. Good morning, Empty Pockets podcast. Dude, you should have been here earlier, man. You could have been talking about cemeteries. I'm sure you've got stories, James. Y'all need to follow James on Rumble, Empty Pockets podcast. Definitely do that. He's from the great state of Ohio, and he's fighting Haitian immigration up there and all kinds of stuff. He's a good dude. But we are fixing to go, and everybody have a great day out there on your Friday. I'll be back this evening. James, are you going to be broadcasting tonight, this evening? I'm sure you are. If you are, we'll give you a shout out for that. But if you don't have Rumble or Pickaxe, you need to get those two apps. They work well together. But
Pickaxe, that is it's a game changer.
It's a game changer, and James is good company. He's a good dude. He tells it. What time, brother? What time you broadcasting tonight? We need to give that shout out before we go. James always has a good show. He just tells it like it is. He comes from his basement, man. He's like you, Paul, but he's in the dark with a little bit of light. He looks like he's from the Federal Witness Protection Program.
And he's always armed.
But what was the dude? He's going to be on at 8 p.m. What was the dude that came? Art Bell from the desert. Remember Art Bell?
Yeah.
He's a modern day Art Bell, but he doesn't talk about aliens. Well, he does. Illegal.
One of the weirdest things I think that happened on the Art Bell show was about the phone booth in the middle of the desert. There was actually a legitimate phone booth that had a working number in the middle of the desert, and people used to come there from all over the world just to answer the phone. So, hey,
really?
Phone booth, yeah.
Wow.
They got the number on his show.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's cool.
But it was really cool. Art Bell was a trip.
He was a trip.
He was definitely a trip.
All right, folks, we're out of here. Paul, any last words? Keep ascending.
Hey, Always keep ascending, and I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day.
Amen. Take care, folks. We'll see you next time. Appreciate you joining in.
Yep.
Like, follow, share. There is it.